business cycles.
I think the most important point about making mistakes is one that you made earlier. Remain open and curious and willing to learn about yourself and your motivations and vulnerabilities. Now, keep in mind that highly political environments have people who will use your mistakes against you. But I would counter that it's a power move to take an appropriate level of accountability without being overly apologetic and ashamed. If you can, in retrospect, process the emotions, as you've talked about, Mary, and become clear about the error, why it happened, and why it won't happen again, you can claim ownership of the narrative. How you handle mistakes can improve your credibility.
Business cycles. Yeah. The business cycles.
Making mistakes can either be the worst or best thing that happens to us. Our perception of the event is critical. I've spoken before about the drawbacks of being a perfectionist, and it applies to making mistakes. There was a time when I put enormous pressure on myself. The quantity and quality of everything I did needed to be extraordinary, all the time. You can imagine then how devastating and shame-filled messing up was for me. Also, when I was coming up in my career, there was a greater separation between work and one's emotional life. Back in the day, workplaces didn't talk about EQ, emotional regulation, or self-development like we do today. I have 3 takeaways here. 1, take some time to consider how you've managed mistakes in the past and be curious as to whether or not there's some unaddressed stuff in there. For example, as a child, how are mistakes in your home handled? What is your emotional reaction to making a mistake? 2, think about the work environments and cultures where you have worked in your career. How are or were mistakes typically addressed? Is there an understanding that growth requires making mistakes? Or have you worked in toxic and retaliatory cultures where mistakes are weaponized? 3, prepare yourself for when mistakes happen by practicing. I recommend using the STAR approach. S, soothe. All right, a mistake has happened. Give yourself some love and support. Mistakes are part of the human experience. They are going to happen if you're learning and growing. T, test. Assess the situation and the mistake's impact in an objective way. A, admire the lesson. Mistakes are surprises, which, when revealed to us, give us valuable information. Be curious, not ashamed. And R, realize the opportunity. Penicillin, chocolate chip cookies, potato chips, the pacemaker, silly putty, microwaves, cornflakes, inkjet printers, Post-it notes, and X-rays were all inventions realized because of mistakes. Even if your mistake doesn't result in a new product, chances are the process of making them will teach you something. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please like, subscribe, and share with other psychos you know. We'd also love to hear from you, so hit us up on our socials. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook under @BusinessPsychosPod. Bye.